right? Sibengena. Yeah. Just testing out wow what's happening with these two cameras at HMI. Which cameras am I using right now? So I'm using this. I should send deal. She said deal inside. Let's get to this one. Can you still hear me? Because this one is on mute. Or gotta do like this. Why did you do that? Why? Yeah. Now I can hear myself. Yeah. Back on like. How's it now? Oh Lord. Can you hear me though? Right, nonetheless, let's go and watch Donald J. Trump. What is he saying here? JJ is saying something. Donald J. Trump. Obama officials dial warning. Issues dial warning. Nah, Obama is old news. Deep inside.
Who could have thought that this simple ear trick could help fight off dementia? Did you know that memory loss is not a condition of the mind? Most people don't know this. But the real reason behind Alzheimer's and dementia has less to do with age, lifestyle, or genetics than we first thought. Here's the problem. No matter what type of pills you take or what treatments you try, you're only treating the symptoms. Listen up. Eventually, you'll start to forget names or tiny details, or forget why you walked into a room. This is when your family starts wondering if you're able to take care of yourself. And next thing you know, you're being sent off to the old folks' home. Now, luckily, there's a way to solve this. A renowned neuroscientist made a surprising discovery while studying a little-known area of the brain. He was surprised to discover that memory issues seemed to derive from one leading cause, a natural solution that you can start using tonight. This solution now makes it possible to improve memory function, boost brain power, and sharpen focus, all without pills or surgery. In fact, even 80-year-old patients who had been struggling for years were able to restore cognitive
clarity.
I'm joined now by the co-host of Pod Save America and Pod Save the World. Thanks for...
What a day. Good to
See what's happening online. Get my skin sensitive. Putin is like, Zelensky is a fool with no power.
Left was in love with you, and now the same idiots are calling you. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, Elon Musk.
I mean,
there's so people saying my heart goes out to you.
Sure,
you did it with a little enthusiasm that probably wouldn't be recommended.
Elon Musk with Joe Rogan.
With hindsight,
I was obviously meant in the most positive spirit possible.
Yes, obviously.
But
it's so strange where people want to think that you are openly, publicly doing secret, secile hand motions.
Now I can never point at things diagonally. I can only point at things there and there, and then you have to divide that.
Yeah,
because that's the spaceship over there. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. CNN, when I was in all my trouble,
absurd.
Every time it's a photo of me, it was one of the photos from the UFC weigh-ins where I go like this, welcome to the weigh-ins. So every photo is me. Every photo is me with.
It's absurd.
It's so crazy.
Well, it's deliberate propaganda.
Yes.
So they know it was not. It was obviously not.
Was I here?
Not meant in a negative way. That it was that I'd literally said, my heart goes out to you, and it was very positive. The entire speech was very positive. I was being very enthusiastic about the future in space, and it was a great crowd. So
yeah, you got a little pumped up. Yeah, that's all it is.
Obviously,
there's video of Tim Walsh doing the exact same thing.
Right.
Exact same thing, and
Yes.
he said, "Of course, it's a salute." He said that. This is how crazy things have gotten.
Well, it's coordinated propaganda. Doesn't it seem weird that the legacy media all says the same thing? They all say the same thing at the same time using the same phrases. They don't even bother picking up a thesaurus.
Right.
So, like right before, the debate between Biden and,
Sharp as a
Trump.
tack.
President's very sharp.
He's as sharp as a tack.
He's as sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a tack.
Everyone was saying sharp as a tack. Like, who says sharp as a tack? But
Yeah, exactly.
it's not a common phrase.
It's definitely not common to be repeated on air with multiple people simultaneously. That's weird.
Yes.
That's coordinated.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of people saying it simultaneously. They just got their instructions. So, I mean, essentially, the Dem leadership or, political leadership, they issue their instructions and their puppets carry it out.
Yeah.
They're just like puppets in a puppet show.
And that's the problem that I see with all this Doge stuff.
Right.
Because everybody should be celebrating that we've found a way to cut out fraud and waste.
Yeah.
If you pay taxes and you don't like that you have to pay so much in taxes, and then you find out that there's significant fraud and waste that's been exposed, you should be celebrating it. This shouldn't be, oh no, the wrong people found this fact and now it's a bad thing.
Yes.
And then there's the fucking propaganda, the mindfuck of calling it U.S. aid.
Yeah.
Instead of the United States Agency for International Development. It sounds like it's feeding hungry people. This is horrible. And then you find out, actually, it's like $250 million for transgender animal studies. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
literally mutilating animals.
yes. Yes.
Mutilating animals in demented studies
Yes.
that are like the worst thing you could possibly imagine from a horror show. Horrific.
Yeah, where they covered their head in a basket and put fleas on their heads to eat them alive.
Yeah.
And then they studied these beagles and then killed them. Like, what are you going to learn from that? That's good for anybody.
Yeah. There's some really psychotic stuff that happens. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the real threat here is to the bureaucracy. So, like, you probably saw, like, let's say like Trump is a threat to our democracy, which is ironic since he was elected with the majority of the popular vote. They started saying I was a threat to democracy. But if you just replace threat to democracy with threat to bureaucracy, it makes total sense. The reality is that our elected officials have very little power relative to the bureaucracy until Doge. So Doge is a threat to the bureaucracy. It's the first threat to the bureaucracy. Normally the bureaucracy eats revolutions for breakfast. This is the first time that the revolution might actually succeed, that we could restore power to the people instead of power to the bureaucracy.
Now, the size of it
Yeah.
was when you guys first started investigating it, when you first get in, how much of it was shocking? Like this, just the size of it all.
Well, the size of it all, the small decisions result in multi-billion-dollar outcomes. So, we'd see, there was a case where we saw one person was getting $1.9 billion sent to their NGO, which basically got formed about a year ago and had no prior activity. So they just stand up a NGO. The whole NGO thing is a nightmare. And it's a misnomer because if you have a government-funded non-governmental organization, you're you're simply a government-funded organization. It's an oxymoron.
Right. It's a loophole.
Yes. The government-funded NGOs are a way to do things that would be illegal if they were the government, but are somehow made legal if it's sent to a so-called nonprofit. But these nonprofits are then used to, people cash out these nonprofits. They become very wealthy through nonprofits. They pay themselves enormous sums through these nonprofits.
It's so insane that that's been going on for so long.
It's a gigantic scam. Like one of the biggest, maybe the biggest scam ever.
And how many NGOs?
Yeah,
Machine learning ops engineer. What even is this? We had a similar position before. Where's that template?
Elon Musk
Salary,
with
benefits. I don't have time for all this research. Wait, what?
Hi, how can I help you today?
Try creating a job description for me.
Here it is.
Yeah, man.
All based on fitting past jobs with matching benefits and a salary range according to similar jobs in the area.
Now we're talking. Published. Maybe it's too early for candidates.
No worries.